I don't need to check the name at the top of the attendance sheet. I know which class it belongs to by the time of day. I teach third period on Tuesdays and Thursdays. Room 214. The attendance sheet is printed on cream paper, not white. The names are listed alphabetically, last name first. I mark present students with a check mark. Absent students get a dash. I don't use circles or initials. Those aren't part of the procedure. When the period ends, I walk the sheet down to the main office. The blue folder sits on the counter beside the attendance log. I open the folder, place the sheet inside, and close it. I don't hand it to anyone. No one takes it from me. The folder stays on the counter. I've been doing this for 3 years now, maybe longer. It's hard to remember exactly when I started, but the routine itself has never changed. The first time I asked about the blue folder, Mrs. Henley looked at me the way you'd look at someone who'd just asked why we use stairs instead of ladders. She didn't answer. She just nodded toward the counter. I put the sheet in the folder and left. I stopped asking after that. There are procedures here that I follow without thinking about them. The blue folder is one. The seating chart rule is another. Every classroom has a seating chart. The chart is printed on yellow paper and taped to the inside of the door. Students sit in assigned seats. If a student is absent, their seat remains empty. No one sits there, even if the room is crowded, even if there's a substitute teacher, even if it's the last seat available. I don't know why. No one does. But the rule is clear, and we follow it. The same applies to the morning assembly bell. It rings twice. The first ring is at 8:15. The second is at 8:17. Students enter the building after the first ring. They must be in their classrooms before the second. If they're not, they wait in the hallway until the third period bell. There is no consequence announced for this. No detention, no note sent home. The students just wait. And they do. I've never seen a student argue about it. I've never seen a parent complain. It's one of those things that simply is. I used to think about these rules more often. I'd notice them, file them away mentally, think about asking someone. But over time, I stopped noticing when I was following them. My classroom is on the second floor. It has 16 desks arranged in 4 rows. There's a whiteboard on the front wall and a clock above the door. The clock runs 3 minutes fast. It has always run 3 minutes fast. Maintenance has been up twice to look at it, but it still runs fast. No one has suggested replacing it. I teach English, mostly grammar and composition. The curriculum is printed in a binder that sits on my desk. The binder is gray with a white label. The label says third period, fall term. I don't have a binder for spring term. In January, the gray binder is replaced with a green one. I don't replace it myself. It's just there one morning when I arrive. The green binder has the same lessons, but the order is different. I don't choose the order. I follow what's printed. On Thursdays, I'm assigned hall duty during lunch. I stand near the stairwell on the second floor and make sure students don't run. If they run, I don't stop them. I just stand there. The rule is that someone has to be present during lunch period. It doesn't say the person has to do anything. I've been on hall duty for 8 months. Before that, it was Mr. Peterson. He transferred to another school, and the duty was reassigned to me. No one told me directly. I just found a printed note in my mailbox one Friday. It said hall duty, Thursdays, 12:15. I started the following week. The mailboxes are in the staff room. There are wooden cubbies built into the wall, each labeled with a last name. Mine is in the 3rd row, second from the left. I check it every morning before first period. Most days, it's empty. Some days, there's a printed note or a memo. The memos are always printed on white paper. They're never handwritten. They're never signed. They contain instructions or schedule changes. I read them, follow them, and throw them away. Last month, there was a memo about the library. It said that students in grades 4 and 5 would no longer have scheduled library time on Wednesdays. It said they would go on Fridays instead. No reason was given. The following Wednesday, the library was empty during 4th period. On Friday, the 4th and 5th graders were there. No one asked why the change was made. The librarian didn't mention it. The students didn't seem confused. It just happened. I think about that sometimes. Not often, but occasionally. I think about how smoothly things change here. How no one resists. How procedures shift and we all adjust without discussion. It's not uncomfortable. It's just how things are. The blue folder is still on the counter when I walk past the office at the end of the day. I don't know when it gets emptied. I've never seen anyone open it. But every morning, it's empty again, ready for the next round of attendance sheets. I don't think about where the sheets go. I don't think about who reads them, or if anyone reads them at all. That's not part of my role. My role is to mark attendance, walk the sheet to the office, and place it in the blue folder. And I do. The next Tuesday, the attendance sheet is different. Not dramatically. I notice it before class starts, while the room is still empty. I smooth the paper on the desk and look at it longer than usual. Nothing else looks out of place. The paper is still cream-colored. The names are still alphabetical, but there are fewer lines. I count them during 2nd period. 22 lines. The change doesn't affect my marking. Everyone who's present still gets a check mark. Everyone who's absent still gets a dash. I walk the sheet to the office at the end of 3rd period. The blue folder is in its place. The counter is always clear when I arrive. Nothing else is left there for long. The folder is aligned with the edge, parallel to the attendance log. I open it the same way each time, using my left hand to hold it steady. The sheet slides in without resistance. I don't pause. I don't check the date again. When I close the folder, it looks exactly the way it did before I touched it. The following Thursday, there are 18 lines. I count them twice, once from the top and once from the bottom. The total stays the same. I don't mention it to anyone. It's not my role to mention it. I mark attendance the same way I always have. The students sit in their assigned seats. The empty seats remain empty. The procedure continues. On Friday, Mrs. Henley stops me in the hallway. She doesn't make eye contact. She hands me a printed note and walks away before I can read it. The note says, "Seating charts will be updated Monday. Remove old charts from doors before 1st period." I fold the note and put it in my pocket. Monday morning, I arrive at 7:45. The building is quiet. I walk to room 214 and open the door. The seating chart is still taped to the inside of the door. Yellow paper, names printed in rows. I peel the tape carefully and remove the chart. I fold it in half and place it in the recycling bin near my desk. The door looks bare without it. At 8:10, a student arrives and places a new seating chart on my desk. It's on yellow paper, like the old one. The layout is different. The paper is clean. No corrections. No handwriting. I don't ask who printed it. I tape it to the door without reading it closely. The students arrive and sit in their assigned seats. No one asks about the new chart. The room fills gradually. Chairs move, then stop. Backpacks are placed under desks, not beside them. The chart remains on the door. I don't look at it again once class begins. No one points to it. No one checks their name. The seating arrangement holds without instruction. During 3rd period, attendance is recorded. The sheet has 16 lines. 14 are marked. The blue folder is still on the counter. I place the sheet inside. That week, hall duty changes. There's no memo this time. On Thursday, I go to my usual post near the stairwell. Mr. Alvarez is already standing there. He doesn't acknowledge me. He just stands in the spot where I usually stand. I wait for a moment, then walk to the staff room. My mailbox is empty. I check the schedule board near the office. Hall duty assignments are printed on a laminated sheet clipped to a corkboard. My name is no longer listed under Thursday lunch. It's listed under Tuesday morning, 7:55 to 8:15. I show up Tuesday morning at 7:55. The hallway is nearly empty. I arrive a few minutes early without meaning to. The hallway looks the same whether I'm there or not. A few students trickle in before the first bell. I stand near the stairwell. No one runs. No one speaks to me. At 8:15, I go to my classroom. The attendance sheet that week has 12 lines. 9 are marked. The gray binder on my desk is thinner. I noticed this on a Wednesday. I open it to check the lesson for third period. The section on compound sentences is gone. The section on paragraph structure is gone. What remains are basic grammar exercises, definitions, simple drills. I teach what's in the binder. The students copy the definitions. They complete the drills. No one asks why the lessons have changed. On Thursday, I check my mailbox. There's a memo inside. Library schedules will conclude Friday. Return all borrowed materials by end of day. I don't have any borrowed materials. I haven't checked anything out from the library in months. But I walk down to the library during my planning period anyway. The library is on the first floor at the end of the east hallway. The door is propped open. Inside, the shelves are half empty. Mrs. Calloway, the librarian, sits at the desk near the entrance. She's sorting books into cardboard boxes. I stand in the doorway. She looks up. "Returning something?" she asks. "No," I say. "I just saw the memo." She nods and goes back to sorting. I stand there while she continues working. The boxes are filled one at a time. Books are placed inside without being opened. Some are set aside, then added later. No list is visible. When I leave, the boxes remain where they are. I watch her for a moment. She works quickly, without hesitation. I leave without saying anything else. That Friday, the attendance sheet has 8 lines. 6 are marked. The green binder appears on my desk the first Monday in January. I don't remember putting the gray binder away. I don't remember seeing it leave. But the green binder is there when I arrive, and the gray one is gone. I open the green binder. The lessons are shorter. There are fewer pages. The curriculum focuses on definitions and single-sentence exercises. No essays. No multi-step assignments. I teach from the green binder. The students complete the work without difficulty. The seating chart on the door changes again. 2 rows now. 10 desks total. When I arrive on Tuesday, 7 students are seated. 3 desks remain empty. The attendance sheet has 8 lines. 7 are marked. Hall duty on Tuesday mornings continues. Fewer students arrive early now. Some mornings, I stand in the hallway for 20 minutes and see no one. The first bell rings at 8:15. The second bell rings at 8:17. I go to my classroom. The blue folder is always on the counter. I place the attendance sheet inside. I don't look at the other sheets. I don't open the folder wider than I need to. There haven't been any memos lately. My mailbox is empty every morning. The schedule board near the office isn't there when I check. The corkboard is still there, but the laminated sheet has been removed. I continue hall duty on Tuesday mornings because that's what I've been doing. No one tells me to stop. The green binder gets thinner. It opens more easily now. The pages don't press back when I turn them. By mid-February, the pages are simpler. I teach 1 page per class period. The students copy the rule. They copy the examples. On a Thursday in late February, I walk to the office with the attendance sheet. The blue folder is not on the counter. I stand there for a moment, holding the sheet. Mrs. Henley is at her desk, typing. She doesn't look up. I wait for a minute, then fold the attendance sheet in half and place it in my pocket. I walk back to my classroom. The next Tuesday, the blue folder is back. I place the sheet inside. The following Thursday, it's gone again. I keep the sheet. This happens 3 more times over the next 2 weeks. Some days the folder is there. Some days it isn't. I place the sheet in the folder when I can. When I can't, I keep it. I adjust where I keep the sheets. On days when the folder is there, I leave my desk drawer empty. On days when it isn't, I place the folded sheet inside, aligned with the others. I keep them in order, most recent on top. I don't label them. I don't separate them by date. I know which is which by the way the paper bends. The drawer opens and closes the same way each time. Some mornings, I open the drawer before first period. I don't take anything out. I close it again and return to my desk. On other mornings, I leave it closed and sit down instead. The drawer stays where it is, untouched. Nothing shifts inside. In the afternoon, before leaving, I open it again. The order hasn't changed. The top sheet is still the most recent one. This repeats over several days. I don't keep track of which day it is. The action stays the same. Nothing else goes inside. No pens. No notes. Just the sheets. I still mark attendance. The sheet still has 8 lines. But I no longer walk it to the office. I fold it and place it in my desk drawer with the others. The drawer is filling up. The seating chart changes one more time. 1 row. For desks. On Monday, 3 students are seated. On Thursday, 2. Attendance is recorded. I place the sheet in the drawer. The green binder is thin enough now that I can see the back cover through the pages. There are only a few pages left. I teach 1 page on Monday, 1 on Tuesday, 1 on Thursday. On Friday, there are 2 pages left. The following Tuesday, I open the green binder. 1 page remains. A single grammar rule. 3 example sentences. I teach it during 3rd period. The 2 students copy the rule. They copy the examples. On Thursday, I open the binder. The last page is still there. I teach it again. The same rule. The same examples. The attendance sheet has only a few lines now. I fold the sheet and place it in the drawer with the others. The drawer doesn't close completely anymore. Too many sheets inside. On Tuesday morning, I arrive at 7:55 for hall duty. The hallway is empty. I stand near the stairwell. The first bell rings at 8:15. I remain in the same spot until the second bell. The stairwell stays empty. Footsteps echo from somewhere below, then fade. I don't move closer to the entrance. I don't check the hallway behind me. The second bell rings at 8:17. No one enters. I go to my classroom. 1 student is seated. Front row, second desk. I open the green binder. The last page is gone. The binder is empty. Just the front and back covers with nothing between them. I close the binder and set it aside. I don't reach for the attendance sheet. I don't walk to the office. There's no one to mark and nowhere to place the sheet. On Thursday, the classroom is empty. I sit at my desk. The green binder sits in front of me, covers closed. The drawer full of attendance sheets remains shut. The clock above the door ticks. 3 minutes fast. The room is quiet. I remain at my desk. This is where I've always been.